covering up the auger hole there. I took some of the pieces, like the strip I cut off the top there, made up took a lot of sequential bending there, as you can see the marks on it. But between the two of them, almost have it. Not quite perfect, but when I tack weld them down and hammer them, I should be able to get them to fit. And then I'll have to make another strip, cover that over. But it's starting to look a bit like a plow. Not so sure if I'm going to leave it quite like this or whether I'm going to transfer these gussets to the back and just have the edge of the plow. I may narrow it up some too, but that won't affect any of this welding. So, well, it's not snowing and blowing. I'm going to try to weld her up there. So at least you got to go with the weather these days. It's, you know, a little bit sunny-ish out today, and it's under 40 degrees, but I'm not doing a structural weld here, so we should be good with that. Well, there, pretty well got the hole covered. Just got to make a oddball shaped one for up there and weld it in. So, coming along. Works moving along on the snowplow here. I got the auger hole all welded up there and painted it. Didn't have any silver paint, but it had black. Hard to paint when it's like 35 Fahrenheit though. The paint wants to run. But I did the best I could just to stop it from rusting. Stop the weld from rusting. Had some fun welding that on there. Two little bolt holes. The backside here had a hole there for a brace, but the paint was burned off around it there, so I had to I figured I'd paint that too. And then the auger shaft here, where drive shaft where it goes through there, welded it up, because otherwise if any snow or anything gets in there, I got no way getting it out. There's 3 little drain holes in the bottom, but you know, basically I'd have to heat it up or something to melt it out. So just close her in and be done with it. So let's see here. So there's a side profile. It got a little bent there due to the heat of welding. I believe it was this thing and that and this probably, but I don't care. If I want to, I'll whale on it with a hammer and take that out of there, but I don't think it'll much matter. So anyway, now I just got to get my drive section going here. Gonna put, like I say, a 2 or 3 horse Briggs on it there. I guess this guy can come off. He doesn't do anything more. That was for the auger there. That section that I will end up at the scrapyard now. Still trying to get a tire. I want a narrow tire like this. Still searching for one. I got one in my shed, but it's the right size tire in that. No chains on it, but the shaft size is too small to fit the axle. So I don't really think it'd be the best plan to grind the axle down from 7/8 to 3/4. Odds of getting it concentric aren't very good. So, well, lots more fun to do. I guess I'll proceed by removing this since I don't need it anymore. So, working on the snowplow here. So I got a butchered 5-horse block here, since the 3-horse that I'm using has the same bottom bolt pattern. So what I'm attempting to do here is didn't have to drill holes. It had a number of bolt patterns in it, but I don't feel like reaching in and getting at the top of those bolts there from the bottom when it's all together, in case one comes loose or something. So I'm welding the heads of the bolts in, and that'll be the end of that. I got about 3/8 inch of steel shim underneath them there. So I got this all snugged down. It's square, so it's simulating my motor. But in order to accomplish that, I had to tear like half the drive apart there, as you can see. I got this is the part that the rubber wheel drives on, that allows your gears, if you will, speed changing anyways. So they pulled another brilliancy on this. I needed to undo these 2 bolts, which adjust the pulley tension there on the main belt, but there's another arm here that comes through from the back end. Had to take a pin out of it. But in order, if say you had to replace this or something, you would have to reach inside there to get at the nut. So I'm welding these two nuts in too. They should have been from the factory, in my opinion, but it just made an absolute bear to take it apart. So I got this brace here that's a pain in the butt. But so I got some welding to do here before it decides to get dark on me. I can weld after dark, but battery in my self-darkening thing it's kind of bit the dust, so you get arc flashed every time, so that's not good for the eyes. But anyway, so I'm on to welding here. Well, there, I got her done just in time for darkness to descend. So I got my 4 bolts welded in there. I got shim plates. Apparently I need another one of those since the belt's still kind of loose. My idea of welding these 2 nuts in for the pulley worked fine too. So it drives pretty much back together. I still have to add my new friction wheel to it there, but it's coming right along. So I got this rod end here off my snowblower. Guess you call it the gear change mechanism there. And the problem is that they're really loose. This one here actually you'd pull it out, it'd fall apart. So I was going to buy a new one, but that's like half an hour drive away to do it, and I didn't feel like it. So the brilliant idea hit me, well, what if you took a flat washer, cut it in half, and then just put it on there like that, slide it on, weld it. Now you have to carefully file the inside to get the right size circle, because you want to maintain enough movement in it. And you also have to be careful when you weld. Now, as you can see here, I got nuts stacked up on it there, so there's no way any of the weld can get on the threads. Like I say, you just gotta be careful what you do, and you know, make sure it's got enough movement. I actually put this on the machine and tested it after I'd tacked it. So, but it was very worn on the sides. Yeah, see that side's worn a lot more. So anyway, it seemed to work. So I'm going to do the second one here just to make sure that both of them, you know, the whole mechanism works good. So I'll just show you here how it's going on the my snow plow. It's the converted snow blower there. It's got a plow on the front. We'll see how well it all works out. I had to haven't been able to find the original tires on the left there. Haven't been able to find another one. This one came with it, but it sat out further than the width, so I had to cut 1.25 inches off it in there and then re-drill a hole. That was fun, but got the drive mechanism all put back together with the new drive wheel, and got my motor mounts here with the bolts welded in and all that. The belt just comes up and goes on there. I got the motor basically to put on, ready to put on. Just got to add oil to it and tighten the set screws down on the pulley, and it'll be ready to rock and roll. So now it's just the gear shift mechanism here that I'm working on, so it's pretty much ready. Of course, as you can see, we've had like an inch and a half of snow, but it's like 44 degrees out today. That'd be, I don't know, what, 7 Celsius or something. But yeah, so no snow, but at least that gives me a chance to get out and work while it's warmer, you know. Doing a lot of this, I don't have gloves on or anything, so the hands tend to get cold if it's down around freezing even. So anyway, the plow's coming along, so one of these days relatively soon I'll have a motor on it and have it running. The reason I didn't put the motor on today, I wanted to fix this gear shift mechanism, but I was looking at my 5-horse Briggs snow blower motors. They have shrouding that goes around the, they don't have an air filter, they have like a metal box around it there that uses some of the engine heat to vaporize the gas, warm the carburetor up. So I was debating whether I should try building a similar setup for the 3-horse. So I was up in my sheds there, I found a couple snowblower motors, mine and a couple more, and so I may do that, but that's going to take a while to do. But anyway, so I'll get back to welding up this rod end here, but I just wanted to show people how it's, relatively easily you can repair one of these rod ends. They're not the normal type, I know, like on go-kart steering and that type of thing. These ones are somewhat cheaper, but I think they are quite repairable. So, just to let you know that. Anyway, everybody have a good one.